What's up, guys? I wanted to make this video today to talk about Bitcoin and the current price action. As you all know, it's been an incredible, beautiful week for Bitcoin. So bullish, guys. Ever since we broke above $12,000, it's been a green candle every single week, except for these 2 weeks right here where it kind of pulled back, but not really. Got bought back up right away and continued to go. That's very bullish, guys. Extremely bullish. Right now, we're sitting at around $26,500. But I wanted to bring something to your attention real quick, okay? Now, this is the RSI, Relative Strength Index. This measures whether or not a stock or an asset is oversold or overbought. And I rarely use this indicator when I trade. I only trade with price action. However, it's something worth looking at right here because I think this could be significant. If you look at the weekly chart, okay, of Bitcoin, and you look at the RSI here, let's see, I'm gonna pull it out for you guys to see. All right, every time that the RSI hits this level at 90, which is the overbought area, Bitcoin pulls back. If you look at here, that's a pullback of 41%. 41%. It went from $3,000 down to almost $1,700. That's a brutal pullback. And then, of course, it kept going higher, right? But the second time it hits that RSI level again, which at the 90 right here, was at the very top of the previous bull cycle, the previous all-time high, which is around $20,000. It crashed all the way down to 3K and waited for the next halving. Watch my other videos. You guys don't understand what a halving means for the Bitcoin's price action, for the cycles. Anyways, so then look where we're at right now. Okay, so we're here, 90, bam, bam, touched it twice, and the next time we touched it, it's right here, right now, where we're at here. Now, what do I think is gonna happen? I don't believe that we're going to pull back as much as we used to the previous cycles, the 30%, the 40%. I don't believe we're going to pull back that much. If anything, I think we might pull back like 25% max, and we hit the previous all-time high, which is the resistance turn support. And we're going to have a lot of buy orders down here, and it's going to keep blasting up. When I say it's going to pull back, guys, it's not necessarily a bad thing at all. It's actually a very good thing. I wanted to pull back. We needed to pull back because, you know, charts is just like everything else. I mean, it's like a marathon runner. You know, you can't ask that person to run forever. They've been running for so long. You gotta let them breathe, let them catch their breath, let them take a break. You know, let them get some protein bars in, whatever. So what happens what happens to the price when people sell? I mean, you gotta understand this is the basics of price action. Okay, this is it. The psychology of the market. When the price has been going up this much, somebody's got to take profits. You got to let them take profits. Let people take their profits. Let them get out, whatever. So when they sell here, they take profits. That's when we meet the resistance. And then price comes down, right? So what happens when it comes down here? We have a huge buy order down here, just waiting. People just waiting on the sideline to buy some cheap Bitcoin, and then they get it. And then guess what? It pushes the price up higher. And then these people that just bought down here, or some of these people down here, whatever, got to take their profits up here, right? So then we went up here, they take their profits, price comes back down again, and then here we are again. More buy orders are sitting up shop, waiting to sink their teeth into some cheap Bitcoin, and they get it, and then we go up even higher, and the cycle continues. People take profits up there, come back down, and that's why you get these higher lows and lower highs on an uptrend, and vice versa with the downtrend, right? So that's the behavior of a healthy bull market, whether it's Bitcoin, stocks, whatever. You want to have some pullbacks. You want to have some retracement. You want to have some corrections. It's healthy. It's sustainable. That's how the rally continues. That's how we keep the momentum going. Okay. So I hope that it pulls back, because honestly, the faster it pulls back, we get this shit out the way, get the RSI to come down a little bit. You know, it's overheated right now, guys. We want it to come down a little bit. That way it has some momentum for the next leg up. Okay. The faster it crashes, the faster it pullbacks, the faster it is that we continue to, you know, move along to the upside. And plus you get some cheap Bitcoin. If you guys got some dry powder sitting around, got some money laying around, buy some cheap Bitcoin, right? That's your chance to get in. Now, what do I recommend you to do? Nothing. Don't try to trade it. Don't try to time it. You guys don't know what you're doing. Even people that know what they're doing, like me, I still wouldn't even want to do that. You know why? Because let's say you try to sell right here, so you can time it and try to buy down here. What if it never comes down? What if it doesn't? It keeps ripping up. So what? You got to buy back in at $40,000? You just shot yourself in the foot. You took yourself out the game for no reason at all. You got to keep your eyes on the big picture. And I'll go to the big picture in a second, okay? So yeah, don't do anything. Don't try to be stupid. Don't try to be the hero. Don't try to play games. You guys are not cut out for that kind of thing, okay? Just don't. I don't even want to do that. I would never, because I don't know what's going to happen. A Bitcoin bull market is extremely irrational. There's people FOMOing. There's people being greedy, jumping in, pushing the price up higher. There's institutions buying left and right, which brings me to my next point, okay? Let's look at the log chart on the BLX. Let's look at the big picture. Now, there is a possibility that we may not pull back at all, or we may pull back like 10, 15% max, and then that's it. Because why? Guys, in this cycle, this is the first cycle we have been through that we have institutions buying Bitcoin. Big boys, Stanley Druckenmiller, Paul Tudor Jones, Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, Bill Miller, Rick Reeder from BlackRock. Who else? Mass Mutual Insurance Funds, Squares, PayPal. Come on, guys. These are big boys. These are not your typical Uber driver buying $10 worth of Bitcoin. These are not your neighbor, your mom and dad bought like $100, $1,000 of Bitcoin. These guys are putting in hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, to get into Bitcoin. And they're putting it away for 10 to 20 years. That's just how institutions work. They don't trade these things. They're not going to sell at the very first drop. They're going to keep that shit forever. So since this is the first cycle that we have that kind of activity going on, I would not be surprised if we never pull back. Now, when I'm looking at the charts, you know, my head is telling me one thing, right? Like, oh, okay, it looks like it needs to pull back. But then my heart is telling me, yeah, but this cycle is different. It really is, guys. In these two previous cycles, the USD wasn't devalued to the floor like the way it is right now. The governments all around the world weren't printing money like the way they are right now, weakening their own currency. So what happens when their currency get weakened? Bitcoin gets stronger, right? Because now, since the dollar is getting weaker, it costs more dollars to buy one Bitcoin. Remember what I said, the reason why Bitcoin's price goes up is three things. Mainly, supply, demand, and inflation, okay? Supplies goes down because of the halving, cuts in half. Demand goes up because of these institutions trying to buy in. And then the inflation, the government shooting themselves in the foot, devaluing their own currency. So that's why. So that's three main factors. And we see perfectly that playing out right now. I mean, this cycle has been extremely bullish, guys. Honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if we see a $300,000, $400,000 Bitcoin at the end of this bull cycle, guys. So my target still stands, minimum 100K by December 2021. Look at the big picture. This is where we are right now. You know what's going to happen next. You know what's going to happen next. You know. So look at the big picture. Don't try to play games. Don't try to trade this thing. Don't try to time it. But do understand that for every bull cycle, okay, for the previous bull cycle, there has been 30-40% drops. Look at this. That's a 41% drop right there. Look at this. What about this drop? That's a 39% drop that lasted 3 weeks. Look at this one. What's this? That's a 33% drop that lasted 2 weeks. This one lasted a whole month. But guess what? The bull market continues. So stay strong, hang tight, don't freak out, don't get your panties in a bunch. That's what happens in a bull market. It's volatile. Keep your eyes on the big picture, and I'll see you on the moon. That's all there is to it. Okay, guys? Peace.